Accolade presents.
Hey YouTubers, Rob here with another Commodore 64 game. We'll just let the intro run for this one, but we're looking at Test Drive. I just thought I had to let the samples play. Which is definitely rather a nice intro. It was originally developed by Distinctive Software and brought out by Accolade in 1986. I'm not sure which was the original version. I know it got ported to a lot of machines, but I played this a heck of a lot when I was younger. It's still a fun game. I'm actually playing a specialized cracked version, which is running off a cartridge image, so they have to deal with all the disc loading. So it'll be good fun to see how this version plays. So the basic idea is that you've seems to mirror the story of the guys running the company. But the basic idea is you've gone to a car lot, you've got a whole bunch of cash, you've basically going to test drive one of, classic exotic sports cars. So start off, the presentation's kind of simple, but I always love this sort of panel. You got the nice side shot of the car and the car stats. You just use the joystick to scroll through. I'm not sure, I always feel, whenever you just have one or two favorites, but I'll just keep them up just to show all five. There's the Lotus, the Lamborghini, Porsche, the Corvette, and the Ferrari Testarossa, which I think they're all got different speed acceleration curves. The Corvette has a digital speedometer and tachometer. Goodness, I know car lingo. That is embarrassing. We'll go with Ferrari. And there's a nice little animated sequence here. And so you go for you drive. The idea is that you're sort of on this mountain pass, and you just need to drive through the 5 stages without running out of lives or being arrested. I mean, for the type of 3D graphics that the game is putting, you can sort of see it's not the best frame rate in the world, but it's playable enough. So obviously, simple enough. You see your speedo and your tachometer for your RPM load. You can see there's a little white dot. I don't know how it will come out, but you sort of need to keep within that to avoid blowing the engine. When you blow the engine, you lose a life. Also, when you crash in, or when that happens, which of course means police. Top left, there's that little meter. As was bleeping, it sort of had a little bar fill up, and the idea is, police are running got speed traps, and so the idea is you need to complete the leg as fast as you can, avoid the obstacles, other cars, driving off the cliff, driving into the cliff wall, like that. So you just need to go through and survive the. So if memory serves, it was 5 levels. Not that long. It's not a very long game. The challenge is sort of, can you survive? Can you do it faster? Can you do it without crashing as much as you tend to lose. You tend to lose. You tend to get points based on how many lives you have left, how fast you did the leg in. Alright, well that means we're coming close, because I've just seen the first little gas marker. And we've completed the first stage now. So the idea is you just drive through. That was a bit disappointing performance. So now we are at the first. So you can see I get my score points, and now I get a little tip for the next stage. Pictures look nice. Like I said, the art looks nice here. Very nice, using the colours and capabilities of C64, and you get your nice little congratulations text. And we'll get on to load the next stage. So remember playing this from disc. loading wasn't too bad, but it still was lots of loading. Which I guess is what you'd expect when you're playing a game that was released originally by, US or technically a Canadian team. They always had, the disk drives always had a lot more proliferation in the States, so I think they were used to it. They used to do titles that tended to load a lot more. And I think if there was a weak point to the graphics, I think it would be those other... would be really the weakest point would just really be the sprites used for the other cars. I mean, the frame rate is okay, but it could be better. I mean, I think it was all really you're ever going to expect on a C64. I haven't really played this on many other computers, so I don't know how it compares. I mean, I presume you look at something like the PC or the Amiga, Atari ST, or Atari ST, it looked really nice. But yeah, I've kind of missed, you look at modern day, sort of, you don't have many... Oh! So in that case, I downshifted too early. I didn't downshifted too early, which meant in the next gear, the gear down, I over-revved. So you need to be careful for that. One change I don't like is sort of not knowing how many lives I have. It was actually something that got improved in Test Drive 2, was that you did see a little... When you died, it actually did give you a little readout that says, yeah, you have 5 lives left or whatever, which was actually really useful. Now this is the part where dealing with the police is tricky because, oh no, that's game over. Yep. They've got me. Oh well, I think that's game over, technically. Yep, I've been given a speeding ticket. Oh, I thought it was game over when that happened. Maybe you run out of lives. Nice little detail there, you got the speeding tickets thrown on the screen. There's the gas station. First marker, at least. Stage complete. It's always a sigh of relief when you just pass the second petrol station gas sign, and you watch the car slow down and ending to stop. Yeah, my performance wasn't impressive there. Watch out for radar. Yep. Already happened once, I don't think it can happen again. Sound-wise, it's fairly simple. A lot of the challenge, sound-wise, there's, basic sort of monotonous engine tone. You sort of heard the snippets of music. They're not really pushing the SID, what the SID chip can do. And in terms of sort of design, the track, the mountain you're driving along isn't the most complicated. It's sort of a case of, just being careful. I think the challenge comes from trying to drive at speed in a realistic manner, and also just partly due to the lower frame rate. So it'd be actually interesting to see this Oops. Yeah, okay. You gotta actually hold up to, you have to actually hold up and fire, not just fire. And that's game over. Terrible run. Let's go have another. We'll go have another run for another car, just to do something a little different. I like the fact that, you know, you do have to pick that. Well, that definitely, that auction box is a little weird by default. You think you might accidentally select the wrong option. Alright, we'll go the Corvette this time. And see how the digital speed indicator comes up. But it is much, you know, having it on a cartridge is actually really convenient compared to, say, having to swap the disc, turn the disc over, and all of that as you played through. Ooh, that was nice. I did see that in the doc files. You hit V, and you can get a little digital readout of everything, which kind of takes. I think that takes a bit of ambience away, actually. Yeah, I kind of like having to actually rely on trying to learn the vehicle's instruments. And one other option I did read was that you can actually emulate sort of the real shift patterns for the. Which feels like a recipe for disaster. That was close. I was doing so well. I wonder how we did this time. I think it was about 1:30 when I used the Ferrari in the last play. Oh, I think I did better. I actually got a high score. Again, from looking at how the scoring worked, you tend to only get score when you actually reach the end of a stage. So, in that last play where I ran out of lives during level 3, obviously I only got the score from the first 2 stages. So, presumably the same thing would happen here. Is if I ran out of lives now, I would probably only get that 5,000 or so points from that first stage. Oh! Oops. As you can see, I only got the score from the first stage. So that's Test Drive. It's still a bit of a classic. It's still, you know, it's sort of on the border of that pushing the machine maybe a little too far, but it's still a fun game, you know, actually rather nice presentation style. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to bringing you another game soon. Thanks again.